Hello and welcome. Today what we're going to do is we're going to look at VB.net and WPF and how to use VB code to add images to your application. The code we're going to use looks like this. This is the exact code we can use. And it's pretty straightforward. We're going to create a new object, bitmap image object. We're going to initiate that, add the source, and we're going to then end that initiation. So that way we take that bitmap right here and then we add it to an image object's source. And this is sort of the diagram that we're going to do inside of our Explorer, our solution. We're going to take whatever image it is. We're not going to really organize it that well because it's just about the process that we're looking at here. So you're going to throw that image inside of your solution, the main solution. And once we throw that inside the solution, we're going to go down here to build action. And this is sort of a main thing. If you don't change this build action to resource, then this image is not compiled inside of the bin here. And that's where we want it to compile automatically. So we're going to add that as a resource. And then the copy to output directory, we're going to make that copy if newer. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to open up Visual Studio. And I have Visual Studio open up already here, and I created this project, a solution called adding images. I'm going to stop this really quick because I think you can't see the whole window. So let me put this like this here. Okay, so again, we have our main window here. We have main window here, main window.cs. We have our XAML down here, and there's nothing in there. And then the code behind is just blank. And so when it runs, all we do, we just get this blank window. Let me remove this from back here. So let's go ahead and start. First and foremost, we have to get our image. So go online, grab an image, and I'm going to take this image from my desktop. I'm pulling it from my desktop. So really, let me move this over. You'll see this image right here that I'm pulling from my desktop. I'm taking this image and I'm going to drag it all the way over here, right there into my project. I'm just going to drop it there. And now you see that image right here. The second thing we want to be able to do is go here to build action. Right now it says none. So I want to go down here, go all the way down to the bottom and click resource. And then copy to output directory. For right now, we could say copy if newer, but we're going to say copy always. All right, so let's go now to the code behind. So that's already set. I'm going to go ahead and run this just in case something crazy happens. You always want to check periodically in case something goes wrong, maybe with the WPF, and you'll be able to know that. Right now, we're completely fine. Everything's running perfectly. So I'm just going to close that, stop this. All right, so now that I have the image, I'm going to double click on my main window.cs here, and I can add the code itself. But actually, what we'd rather do before we even go here is inside of the XAML, we want to go down to this grid and add ourselves an image. We could actually start typing in here and add an image directly. Sorry, we can go ahead and start adding an image directly inside of here. The better way, easier way to do this is to go here to your toolbox and to the common WPF controls, scroll down to image right here, and you can just drag this in here like that. And then you get this little image here. And as you can see, it wrote the WPF down here. So right now, you notice I can't see my image. So what I can do here is I can go down here and select the image. Or what I can do is go to my document outline, and as you can see in the document outline, I have my grid and I have an image here. If you don't see the document outline here on the side, you can go here to View, to Other Windows, and then it should be right here, Document Outline. Or you can hit Control-Alt-T. So in my document outline, I can click on that one, the image, and then I can resize this image to whatever size I want it to be. Okay, now the next thing I need to do is save this. I need to give it a name. And then I'm going to hit IMG background, since this is going to be my background image. And down here not in the source, I don't want to add this in here, I'm going to add it in code, but down here I want this to be fill, or uniform is fine, uniform to fill, that's fine, and everything else seems pretty good. I'll leave all that the same. I'm going to save this now. Right here I can see my main window with the little star next to it. That means it's not saved, so I'm going to hit Control S to save that. Now I'm going to go here to my main window.cs. I'm going to double click in there, and now I can go ahead and start typing my code. So right underneath this initialize component, I'm going to start typing my code. So I'm going to create a bitmap image, and I'm just going to call that bitmap, and that will equal a new bitmap image. And now I want to go ahead and initiate that. So my bitmap .begin init, and then I'm going to set the source. And then that's going to be .URI. It's going to be the source, and that will equal a new URI. And now what we want to be able to do is go ahead and add the URI to this. Now, this is going to be a string. I know that for sure. And then we want to go ahead and add the next parameter. And this is a Boolean parameter, meaning is it true or false. And we want to know that the link that we're going to give it, the URI that we're going to give it, if it's relative or if it's not relative, let's say. But we know for sure ours is relative, meaning is relative to the folders that we have here. We don't want it going out to the web per se. We want it looking for this image inside the folders that we currently have. So we're going to put URI kind correctly. I mean, it has to be uppercase here. And then I'm going to close that out. And now all we need to do is put the URI here. So I noticed that if I were to have this right here is in the main folder, so I can just put image.jpg here. But if I had it inside of a folder, I would have to put the folder first, then the name of this image. But because I don't have it in the folder, I can just put the image here. And it starts from the main folder here. And the way we reference this main folder here to get to this image, we simply put a period. So I'm going to put /, that means main folder image, the name of the image, right? It's called images, or it's called image.jpg. JPG. Once I do that, I can go ahead and close the bitmap. And now we named this image here. If I go here to the document outline, I go here and you see it says image background. We call that IMG background, and this is the name we want to be able to use to set its source. So I'm gonna go right under this, and I want to put .source. So I'm putting IMG background .source equals bitmap. And that's basically it. Now when we run it, we should see that image inside of the image here, inside of the image object here. So go ahead and run that. And there it is. We have the image here inside of our window. Alright, so hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share this video, and I'll see you guys next time.